if the people in this room believe that this reform were going to improve the lives of the students in your county, you would be fighting for your county to be included within them. We're creating a $110 million program that's been written on the back of a napkin, and this is an irresponsible vote to cast for our children's future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I just urge members to vote their conscience and vote what's ultimately good for their districts.
Thank you, Leader Yarborough.
But I will just add and wrap up by saying the most important thing I do every day is not walking into this chamber, it's walking my children up to the door of their public school. And it gets increasingly difficult to walk up and look in their teacher's eyes and have to try to explain to them why they don't have the resources they need to do their job. I don't know that why they're having to use their own money to buy my children's school supplies and the other children in the schools. And why their children in their classrooms don't have new textbooks or even enough textbooks to take home with them. Ladies and gentlemen, these are precious taxpayer dollars with which we are charged and have a duty to be fiscally responsible. This bill does not in any way evidence fiscal responsibility or fulfill our duty to the taxpayers of Tennessee.
For the record, we do not like this bill for Shelby County schools. So that we feel like the bill in its posture is putting something on us in Shelby County schools or Shelby County that most of the members in this body don't want for their own districts. And it's unfair. I mean, look within yourselves and be honest. Let's just have an honest conversation. It's unfair. You get money, you receive money for your schools that are underperforming. We get money taken away. Once again, here in the Tennessee Legislature, you're dumping something on Memphis that you don't want for your own children.
And you bring these vouchers into a small town, into a small county, a small school system, Lexington City Schools or any other, Manchester City Schools, you're going to wreck that school district. One little fly-by-night private school coming into town is going to wreck that school system. I know some people don't like hearing about the truth of what this bill is actually going to do. They would rather stifle debate where people cannot hear what he's actually doing to our public schools in this state.
Now, the misconception of this legislation is simple. It only affects 3 districts. It affects every taxpayer in the state of Tennessee because it's our tax dollars. Sure, I live in Bolivar, Tennessee, where they say this does not affect, but it will. My taxes are going to go up. The citizens of Hardeman County are going to have to pay for all of this as well as every other Tennessean. Folks, we're not serious about education. We're serious about starting something just to get a little camera time. It's time for us to start early childhood intervention. It's time for us to make sure that every kid learn how to read so they can read for themselves. We've been doing.
It's going to hurt a lot of schools. And I'm saying not just Shelby County because we may start here, but it will grow across this state. And you have to think about the millions upon millions upon millions of dollars year after year after year and the impact that will have on our system.
The Tennessee Constitution guarantees a system of free public schools, not a system of taxpayer-funded private schools. And this is a direct attack on that provision in our Constitution. Additionally, funding. We continue to see the funding of our schools here in Davidson County under attack. With charter schools that passed, and now this, the most unconscionable, is vouchers or ESAs, whatever you want to call them.